So today I'm planning on discussing about future of Aether Gazer using data we already know about CN version. Will it be free to play or will it be pay to win? Upcoming modifier banners roadmap, banner rerun schedule, modifier tier list. What modifiers will be most useful or broken? Who need functors and who don't need them? Which modifiers you should invest as free to play player, so let's find out. Each modifier banner lasts at least 21 days. So let's say it's safe to assume you will at least have 30 days for prepare for new modifier, after release of a modifier. After Aether next banner will be Hell. She's tier 0.5 character. She's a ranged DPS unit that's very useful to bombard a stage with many enemies. Her ult is bit similar to Zenki but works completely different when it comes to damage. If you are good at Nikki, well, she's a good modifier for you. She's a dark energy user like Hoder and requires her functor for get her to OP phase. Next banner will be Hera. By now you might already know her. She's a light energy user and most OP buffer for this year and the year upcoming. No waste in investing in her. She's not a sub DPS unit but can do some amount of damage. But interesting about her is she can almost double the damage of your DPS units deal. She also does need her signature functor to get most out of her. She is one of the best unit. She's holding tier 0 spot almost 2 years in CN by now. Next up is Scatty. If you want an average DPS unit, a girl riding futuristic bike, then she's the modifier for you. She's a tier 2, that's it, and I don't have much to talk about her and no signature functor necessary for her. Then we have Leviathan, best healer but very much lack at DPS. She also doesn't require to get her signature functor. Then we have that modifier most of players waiting for, aka Puppeteer, Hades. Tier 0, very strong ranged DPS unit. Who have 2 puppet bodyguards for herself. She only gets second to Jinwoo when it comes to damage output. She doesn't require her signature functor. But I strongly recommend to get it because then she can get extra power up using it. Then we have Shu, who is a pay hard die hard modifier. I don't have much to talk about her. She's a tier 2 unit and require to get her signature functor for best output. Up next is Athena. If you are a retheme game master and who is willing to spend your time on killing mobs with retheme, she's a good modifier for you. She's a good looking tier 1 unit and she also does require her signature functor. Next one is Oceanus. Gentleman looking water type modifier. He is tier 1 unit and he also need his functor. Then there is a rerun some of us might be waiting for. Shinri's banner rerun, and alongside her we will get Heimdall, who is a B rank beauty wearing glasses. A good buffer, better than Poseidon and lag behind when compared to Hera. She's a tier 1 unit and doesn't require her functor. Next up we have Marduk aka Snake from Metal Gear. He is a tier 1 unit and need his signature functor. Then we have Anubis, who is also a tier 1. He is a Nile faction modifier. Functor is not a requirement for him. Then we will have a rerun for best buffer Miss Hera. Up next is Thor. She is tier 0.5 modifier. Excellent, very chilling and easy to play modifier with good damage output from Yggdrasil faction. She is way better with her signature functor. After that we will get a rerun for Aether, if anyone willing to get few more intel for her. Next banner is Flame tier, who is a tier 0.5 modifier when with a flame team. Then we will get final rerun of first year of the game and my favorite girl of first year, rerun for Hades. Then for at the beginning of second year of the game and beginning of version 2.0 we will get best waifu Ling Guang. She's a DPS, she's a healer, she's a shielder, but most importantly she's a Chinese beauty. Alongside her we will get Jinwoo, aka best DPS unit so far. You can get her intel enough to get her to doubles for free. Like the way how you got Verthandi's alternative version. You can get more copies for her from pulling for Ningguang. It's a win-win banner. Ningguang requires her signature functor, but for Jinwoo even a free functor will work just fine. This is so far what you need to know until version 2.0. With S-grade modifier banners there will be B-tier modifiers like Bestet and Hermes, that some of you would love to obtain. If I'm going to explain even about them, this video length will get far longer, so I will limit this video to only S-tier modifiers. Next question, is the game free-to-play friendly later on? Hell yeah. There will be more in-game currencies after few more versions that you can easily obtain from doing simple missions and more stuff to do daily. Few upgrades to guild system and whole new guild mission mode. Most importantly, no modifier will get left behind. There will be further development mode for modifiers' signature keys. In CN by now Verthandi is tier 1 modifier and Aether is tier 0.5 modifier, and that is just few examples for how broken Aether's key development function is. So, if you want a modifier you really like, don't think twice to regret it later. If you want it, then go get it. If you are a meta slave like me and huge simp for Chinese traditional beauties, for now stars are one and only waifu you have. Believe me, future of this game is really fun and very addictive and promising. In the same time, they will keep you away from that addiction by limiting things you can do daily. Yostar and Manju are one of my favorite game companies. That is very player friendly. So, it's most likely for me to continue playing Aether Gazer for upcoming years. See you and take care. Wish you good luck with everything.